Oh, what a wonderful world we live in. Something about the post-pandemic era that has had some sort of demeanor that the world has not seen ever. It's as if a switch was put off that says, everyone go mad. I am part of that category, can't lie, and maybe you the viewer as well.
This was my father's kingdom.
There's rumors flying around that Moretti's back. Like, Moretti?
We'll begin with the topic of entertainment. It is not a lie when we say the quality of this art form has drastically changed, with high-budget movies that scam the audience of their time with lackluster storytelling, producing remakes of remakes, sequels and prequels that have the time the audience didn't ask for and most of the time don't resonate with us the audience. A bit of give me your money at the cinema booth and enjoy a pile of bullcrap. For context, since 1978 to 2019, there's been approximately more than 400 remakes, and using data from Rotten Tomatoes article, it tries to compare these tomato scores to the films they were remaking or rebooting, and they found that the tomato averages of all remakes was 47% and reboots was 53%, and mostly coming nowhere close to the originals, which is 81% for movies that have been made and 69% for movies that have been rebooted. And they discovered that only 40 movies had better tomato scores than the original films they were remaking or rebooting, which is less than 10%. Well, it shows a trend that has been in Hollywood for more than 40 years. This is not to say that all the originals are better than the reboots and remakes, mostly that being especially pre-globalization of social media. Many people were reluctant and will give these entertainment forms a chance and actually watch, but the shift has come in this post-pandemic era where more people are more enlightened, so to say. Let us take the Disney franchise for example, like the Snow White live action.
That is one big pile of shit.
What a masterclass in disaster and truly blowing away almost $300 million. And I'm pretty sure you know the exact reason that it has not been received well by the audience.
We absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
The film sold 50% less than they projected. It earned a 1.6 out of 10 star rating on IMDb, a 20% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. The CGI dwarves will give you nightmares.
Or let's take the Joker Folie à Deux. The original was fantastic, like mad applause to everyone that made it. It made billions in the box office, a masterpiece that, well, apparently the production company thought this Folie à Deux will create the same magic, especially money-wise. And then, alas, we got a musical. Only God knows how that idea left the writing room. And we, the audience, did respond. We want better storytelling that actually don't feel rushed, that resonate with us and don't push a notion to the viewer, but rather explore such themes in a more indicative manner. More risks in bringing originals that actually make sense. Let's take A24, a perfect example being Everything Everywhere All at Once. With just a budget of $14 million, they were able to make the most of it, and it did pay off.
If you missed the Oscars last night, you missed a big moment for Everything Everywhere All at Once. The film took home 7 Oscars at the 95th Academy Awards last night, making history as the first science fiction film ever to win Best Picture and taking 3 of the 4 acting awards.
Mom, I just want an Oscar. They say stories like this only happen in the movies. I cannot believe it's happening to me. This is the American dream.
Don't let anybody tell you you are ever past your prime. Never give up.
Why do you think this film succeeded? Because 1. Granting filmmakers unparalleled creative freedom. 2. Attractive visionary directors eager to explore unconventional narratives. 3. Actively embracing diverse narratives and underrepresented voices. And finally, producing films that actually resonate with a broad spectrum of audiences. That's the culture shift, and that is what we want to consume. I hope everyone is on the same boat with me in this discussion. If not, please do air them out in the comments below. And with that being said, if you've reached this far in the video, why don't you subscribe? It will really mean a lot because I'm trying to make YouTube my full-time job.
Now
the Beatles will be arriving at the Southern Cross. Their car is in Burke Street, and the fans are going. Something to say that might cause you pain.
We've come a long way since the Beatles, Elton John, MJ, and many outstanding talents of the past, but nothing comes close to what this new wave of music has brought out, at least in my opinion. For a while, the music scene was stale with very few outstanding art forms. I mean, there was an era where mumble rapping was a thing and one couldn't make out a single thing being said.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style with the, I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them sound the same.
To drill music being the it thing, to house music being the next wave. We're seeing a shift where every genre is able to stand on its own feet. Not to say that the previous generations had none, but they were fewer compared to what we're seeing currently. Take for instance Afrobeats. It was once a lesser known genre in the world, especially in the early 2010s, but come now, it has become its own unique version of where the globe can't get enough of. Superstars such as Davido, Burna Boy, Rema bringing their own element to music, to K-pop being an actual global phenomenon, seeing boy bands and girl groups raising international facts that are reshaping the music scene in their own rights. Known examples being BTS and Blackpink, who have not only broken streaming and award records collectively and having this strong fan base, my personal favorite being BTS Army, and now individual projects blooming from V, Jungkook, Jennie, RM, Lisa, just to name a few, proving there are multifaceted individuals that can walk on either landscape of success. To actual hip-hop coming back, I mean, in the past year we just got to experience one of the greatest hip-hop beefs, at least to us the younger generation. We saw blends of lyricism and canny thoughts that made the culture more immersive and vibrant, seeing who got that edge than the other. We have the likes of Doechii, Dave, Stormzy, Central C, and many more actually raising the bar and bringing heightened, thought-provoking poetry that had been lacking for a while. Pop glamour girls like Sabrina Carpenter, Tate McRae, bringing that nostalgic vibe in retrospect with their own unique blend and branding. I mean, even Addison Rae is now becoming her own entity. The culture has now been heightened to not how much music it can produce, but quality in retrospect to high lyricism that actually makes sense and create a cult following that will meet their work. There has been an influx of high plagiarism just for the sake of numbers and of course the money, all to appease the algorithm. A sad testament of my say inauthenticity that many so-called creators have embodied. I mean, it's not bad as many media, even outside YouTube, has been plagiarized, but the fact that it becomes a trend and even creators who have built a community outside these trends jump on the bandwagon says a lot. With that said, there's also been a shift where people just want the real you. Take for example these creators. AJ Evelyn, Jervy, Brett Cooper, Natalie Lynn, and many alike. They are building a brand based off of actually being a real human behind the camera, not to say that the others aren't, and not necessarily creating this falsified character, but rather creating these captivating moments, be it through storytelling, radicalized thoughts, or just eating a burger. We are getting to a point where the likes of Johnny Harris, Tyler Olivier, or Dylan Page are now the mediums where we are getting investigative, historical, and current affair matters of the world, one which in the past the said individuals will need to be hired by big news companies, and even before getting a platform they will have to work for decades or be extremely lucky to get the job. We've also seen a plethora of giants come and go, exposed, making millions by either scamming their audience or providing value for their money. But this is not the video trying to expose so and so, but rather the branding and IP attached to these creatives that is making them the part of the 1%. Well, let's take the segment for example. One of my favorite YouTubers, they are a collective who make long formatted quality content that gains millions of viewership and they are brand safe, right? They come up with this show called Inside. It is a reality show, to be exact. The first season is uploaded on YouTube and the masses love it and getting numbers that most shows don't even peek at. This gets the attention of Netflix. The IP is now somehow bought or rather owned by Netflix, in which will catapult their brand to a wider audience. And you have to understand that it is a rare occasion for Netflix to work with YouTubers or even involving many of their decisions in the creative process. Another example that needs no introduction, the Beast Games. We've seen the numbers on YouTube and now doing what he did on Amazon with a high budget and every penny being worthy and the audience loving the spectacle. You just have to respect the hustle. I mean, Logan Paul is now a professional wrestler at WWE. reality. Just try and make sense of that. They are the people who now have what we call motion. They are no longer just trusting seasoned celebrities to make things work for them. This, in the pre-pandemic era, was not even something these media companies will even think about doing. Not forgetting the billion-dollar companies these YouTubers are building. Last but not least, we have to talk about the marketing genius of the 2020s. I mean, of course, there's a few good ones in the 2010s, but this wave is actually double-sided. From someone, if you know who, raving on Twitter or rather X, to creating these hype creative videos to get the audience in the mood. And no, I'm not talking about trailers, or maybe I am. We have individuals incorporating memes with the product they want to sell or announce. I mean, take this football video where they announce the new signing.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. All right. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Wait. Hold on. Wait. No. Wait. What did you want to tell me? I'll tell you something. I'm here.
Creative, right? Or this rapper DC3.
Shout out David. Yeah, 4 + 4 = 8. They hit every time I drop out greedy.
High visualized concept, all from using a phone, to snippets that make you crave for the products. And yes, when they do actually launch, they might be a hit or a miss, but you have to give credit where credit is due. They are doing the most and it is captivating minds. It is no longer an age where traditional advertising is needed or you needing to hire expensive equipment to make the greatest video ever. Everything is now simplified, from the use of AI to literally virtually dating and falling in love and even getting scammed. Well, you get the point, right? The world is becoming magnificent as it is becoming horrible, and this shift is just showing us where we are headed. And as you may have noticed or not, there's many topics that I haven't touched, like politics and many others. Comment below if you'd want to see me rant about that. With that being said, be blessed, subscribe, and see you next time for more thought-provoking topics.